Welcome. This tiny coin triggered a conflict between India and Portugal in the year 1969. This is from the Portuguese state of India, whose capital was at Goa. Dislodging Portuguese rule was not easy. India tried for 13 long years to persuade the Portuguese to leave peacefully, but when that did not happen, India brought together fractions of Communist Party of India, the Gomantak Dal and the RSS to make sure that there was popular support for freedom in Goa, Diu and Daman. Then on 17 December 1961, India launched Operation Vijay, an all-out war against Portugal for the territories of Goa, Diu and Daman. Even though the Portuguese were a tiny empire in 1960s, it was not so always. They controlled about 20 ports across the coast of India and in other continents like Africa and other parts of Asia. So they were one of the world's largest empire at one point, and they definitely deserve a video on how the Portuguese empire rose and then how it fell by the end of 19th century. Let's have a look at this coin. So on the front you see Estado da India, which means the state of India. Then there is various Portuguese Army and Navy insignia on it, and then you see a number 3 and a dollar kind of symbol, which is 3 escados. So the Portuguese at that time had mostly centavos and escados in India. The centavos were the smaller denomination and were used to pay for things like groceries and transportation in the market every day. And escados, especially the higher valued escados, were used to make payments and wages. Then if you look at the back of this coin, you see Republica of Portuguese written, and then there is a date of 1959, and at the center you see the Portuguese coat of arms, which is the symbol of their military. Yeah, all in all, it's a nice beautiful nickel and brass coin. Weighs about 8 grams. It has a diameter of 28 mm, a thickness of about 1.6 mm, and it was discontinued in the year 1962 after the liberation of Goa. And this particular specimen is from 1959. If one had this coin in 1960s, they could afford a meal outside and a couple of essentials for the day. The Portuguese ruled Goa for about 450 years. They were able to do so by using a mix of trade dominance, military control and religious influence. Once they had control of Goa in 1510, they made sure that they had complete control of the Indian Ocean trade. They did not spend their resources getting inland because they knew that their strength lied in the ocean. They built forts and they defended their coastal territories. Then they used Catholic Church to educate or re-educate the people and to build a common sense of social organization wherein people felt they belonged to the empire. Using these things, they were able to rule for 450 years like no other empire in India had done before. Tiny coins like these are a reminder that freedom is always earned and never given. Until next time, bye.